Good morning from day 116. I took off a little bit ago, around 7:30, getting a little head start. It is delightfully not raining. Everything is wet, but fortunately one hiker left before me, and he's tall, so he knocked down most of the wet stuff from from the leaves. There's a lot of overgrown branches on this trail, so I'm happy I didn't go first. I'm going to turn the trail, if you can see, is it's a little stream, but my feet are wet. They started off wet. They're getting iced right now is what's happening. So it's good. Looking forward to a nice day. Okay, here's something really cool. In the mud, I see these footprints, these tracks. This one and then a different one. That one. Two different animals. I'm thinking they're two different animals. They sure look like two different animals. I'm not sure what they could be, but pretty cool. I'm at a state park. I don't know what state park, but boy, they sure have their signage down. There is no doubt about where we're going. It makes it very easy, which I appreciate.
Good morning from day 116. I just made it back to the trail, did the 0.3 side trail, although my watch says it was 0.2, so I don't know. It is very foggy today, but it is not raining, so I take that as a win. There's a chance of rain starting at like 6 p.m. I think. But it's only like 25 or 30%, so hopefully that changes through the day so that it doesn't rain. But yeah, I'm leaving later. I don't know if Green Bean filled y'all in. It's about 8:40 and I'm just now leaving, so I'm leaving about an hour and 10 minutes-ish after she left. And I'm climbing uphill, so a little bit out of breath. I think the fleece was a mistake. The high is 70 degrees today. I'm not used to warm weather, so this might come off very quickly. But yeah, I put dry socks on this morning. My feet were dry until I put my shoes on because they're still very wet from yesterday, but at least they're clean. Well, I was hoping that since it didn't rain last night, the water would go down and the trail wouldn't be a river, but guess I was wrong. Now I get to try and keep my shoes as dry as possible.
Just letting you see what I just saw hop across the trail. There he goes.
So you can't see much, but this is a meadow that I'm walking through. And the reason that this meadow is here is because there is a gas pipeline under here. So this whole cut through is just for a gas pipeline. And I think there's a fence up there, but it's a little blurry. I've gone 6.5 miles I've been hiking at about a 22-minute mile pace and somehow have not caught green bean yet. I'm not really sure how that's happening. I ran into some ladies earlier who were like, "Oh, you must be the daughter. We were just talking to your mom." Which, you know, you would think that means she wasn't that far behind them. But who knows? I'm trucking along. I just texted her. I was like, "Where are you?" And told her what mile marker I'm at. But her phone didn't have much battery, so she's probably keeping it on airplane mode. So I don't really know. But guess we'll find out. I've been listening to an audiobook. I've been listening to Matthew Perry's memoir, which is, I'm a huge Friends fan. Like, I've seen it through all the way, like at least 13 times. It kind of became the show that I just have on in the background while I'm packing or doing homework or whatever. But it's really weird to listen to the audiobook that he records, like, about his life after he died. But it's a really good audiobook. I highly recommend it. Oh my gosh, it's steep. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, you know how I was just saying I'm surprised I haven't caught her yet? Well, I saw her, but then she went behind the bushes. There she is. And she doesn't know I'm here. Hello. I caught her. Took longer this time.
Caught me. What is it? 11 o'clock.
I caught up to green bean and then promptly stopped because I was hungry. Ooh, my hair. I gotta put a brush through that. And had my breakfast essentials granola thing. But the breakfast essentials came from a big container, so I was supposed to measure like a certain amount of tablespoons. I didn't have a tablespoon measure, so I just used my spoon, and I did not use enough. It wasn't like chocolatey at all, so I gotta go back and add some more. But pretty good. Now I'm gonna start hiking. Start hiking and catch up with her.
Still seeing these beautiful centipedes or millipedes or whatever these are along the trail. I wonder how far north they're gonna go. Will they go all the way up to Maine? I guess we'll see. Oh, I love how it's using its antennas to kind of scope out where it's going. Since I'm doing animal tracks today, I thought I'd show a deer track.
This section of trail has these little platforms, which are great, except that my shoes are covered in mud, and so I am trying not to slip and slide like crazy. Oh, and now I get to cross that. Lovely. We just finished lunch by the Rod Hollow shelter, although could not be bothered to walk down to it. And now we have about 0.4 miles until the start of the roller coaster. How you feeling?
Me?
Yeah.
I feel good.
She feels good.
Feeling pretty good.
So, yeah, it's 12:38. So, see how this goes.
We've been walking for quite a while on these planks because the ground is really swampy. So this has been the trail for a ways. Only bad thing about them is that they get super slippery.
Well, We have made it to the roller coaster. We will not be finishing the roller coaster today, actually, but I guess we will attempt to have a great ride.
For those of you wondering what the roller coaster is, the little red arrow is where we are, and then you can see all the up and down and 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 up and down, and it continues beyond the end of what we have, but that is why it is called the roller coaster.
Well, I don't know if you can see, that's our first copperhead, and Green Bean walked right past it. I almost stepped on its tail. My heart is racing. Okay, you can leave, buddy. Thank you. We made it to the top of our first climb of the roller coaster, and I have to say, I am already not a fan. Not because of the climbing, but because of the frickin' snake. Anywho, I am hyper vigilant right now.
Yeah, me too.
Of where I'm stepping and trying to keep a good distance between Green Bean and I, since she seems to like step right over them or not see them, and then I assume there's no snake there, and then I almost step on the snake. So I will say, kind of cool to see a copperhead in person. Never seen one. Hope to never see one again. But yeah, we're at the top of the first climb. None of these are super long, so I mean, you gotta go up and down a lot, but at least it's not for an extended period of time. So anywho, I am gonna go back to listening to my audiobook and staring at the ground. We made it up to the top of Piney Ridge. At least this one has a name. It's hot. The high is like 70 today, so it's our first warm day we've had in a while, and I had to take my hat off because it was just keeping the heat. Piney Ridge.
I don't like that name.
She doesn't like the name.
I think it should be called Pain in the Butt.
All right. Well, we're gonna go down it now.
Or call it like Memories of Georgia.
Mm. Well, it's a good thing you don't write the names.
Yeah.
Look where we are. Springer Mountain, Georgia. 1,000 miles. Woo!
Ooh. Wow.
We're sweating. Why does this have to be in the middle?
Cry.
Too tired to cry?
No, I don't know.
We have completed another climb to Buzzard Hill. It actually has a lot of really nice campsites up here that I didn't see listed on Far Out. Now we get to go down for a bit, and then I think we have like 3 or 4 more climbs before we get to Bear's Den Hostel, where we have decided to stay. Neither of us particularly wanted to stay at a hostel, but there wasn't really anywhere else to stay. So that's our plan. It's owned and operated by the ATC. So people have left good comments. We have about 0.7 to go, and we earlier ran into a ridge runner, which we haven't seen a ridge runner in a very long time. And he was telling us that there's a trail angel up at the hostel serving dinner. And I was like, isn't that so funny that the one time we have a trail angel coming to bring us dinner, there's someone there with dinner. But we are very excited to meet the trail angel who's coming to bring us dinner, and we're gonna have dinner with her. So we're super excited about that. And also earlier, back when we were up on whatever ridge we were up on, we ran into this hiker who is attempting a through hike and apparently only started a few days ago, who had set up camp, but rookie mistake, had not gotten water before climbing to the top. So they came over and asked us if we had any water, and I had like a cup maybe. So I gave them my water because I was coming up on more. So hopefully next time they remember to get water before the climb, and that their through hike goes well. Hello, it is technically the next morning, but pretend it's last night. So we made it to the Bear's Den Hostel.
Just barely.
Just barely. She was a drunk toddler by the end.
That's true. I was wobbly.
Very wobbly, delirious, didn't know where we were going.
Not that bad.
No.
And we got there, and oh my goodness, what a treat it was to get there and have dinner. Amazing Thai dinner.
Oh,
Trail
it was
Angel.
so
Can I
good.
say your name?
Well, she said we can use her photo, so
Okay.
I'm
Kathleen,
assuming
thank
so.
you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
That was just such a treat.
Oh my gosh, and it was so fun to chat.
She likes to chat.
I love to chat, but also like what she does for work is so fascinating to me. So it was really fun to hear all about that and just chat about hiking and life and whatever.
Yeah. Thank you. And the food was delicious. You were right.
Food was so
That was
good.
really, really good.
It was so good. And she brought a carrot cake because my birthday is in
A day.
a day?
What day
No,
is
2
today?
days. Today's Friday.
Oh,
My
2
birthday is
days.
on Sunday. But she'd texted and been like, what was your favorite kind of cake? And so she got a carrot cake, which was awesome. And so we got to share that with some of the other hikers that were there, and brought some delicious granola. I'm so excited to eat that. And a little bag of a bunch of different elements for us, including the new lemonade flavor, which they like just released, and I have it in my water bottle today, and I'm very excited to try it. So we had a great night last night. And then my ankles started itching,
Oh, yeah.
and I looked down and my feet had just broken out in a rash. Like both of them. Bumpy little rash, which, not the first time this has happened. The last time I had that kind of rash on my foot was actually after I had foot surgery. They took off the cast and I had the same sort of rash around my like incision site. So I think it was just some sort of like irritation of wet socks or whatever.
Wet, stinky socks.
Wet, stinky socks. But we washed our socks. They still smell. But they're dry, and they had a foot dryer.
Boot dryer.
Boot dryer. So our shoes are dry. Little preview, then she spilled water on them in the morning, which you'll see tomorrow, because today's totally last night.
All right, so we're getting long here.
Yeah.
Character builder. I know what mine was.
Copperhead.
No.
That was mine. No, that was mine.
Okay.
Mine was the copperhead.
And mine, it was the roller coaster. Kicked my
Roller coaster. You sounded very New York the way you said that.
roller coaster. Kicked my butt. Oh my gosh. 18.6 miles actually it was. And like almost 4,500 feet of elevation.
Ascent.
And ascent and decline and
Decent.
Okay. I was whooped.
Yeah.
I was whooped.
But the highlight was dinner and chatting with Kathleen, I think, for both of us.
yeah, and the 1,000-mile mark,
Oh, yeah.
which maybe I'll talk about that later. My feelings about reaching the 1,000-mile mark, but that was pretty momentous.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna film the next morning video. So, good night.